AC. To what extent is the Universe Corps used to motivate staff and Sea Organization members? During your time on post, did you ever see them deployed to help crew move up the bridge? The Universe Corps is a Sea Org thing, and it's something that L. Ron Hubbard laid out in about 2 sentences in the birthday game issue. I've talked about the birthday game before. It's an expansion sort of game where orgs, the staff of various orgs play against each other to try to produce more and expand more. And the birthday game winners get awards and this sort of thing, but the ultimate prize is the Universe Corps, and that is supposed to be achieved when the org makes it to the size of Old St. Hill. St. Hill is the organization that L. Ron Hubbard ran personally in England in the mid-60s. It was supposedly very big and very hop in place, and there were a bunch of people there. Of course there were a bunch of people there. He was calling people from all over the world to come there and train under him personally, and he was lecturing and teaching people, so you know there was a pretty big incentive to go. It wasn't like any other organization that's ever really existed in Scientology, but it's the standard by which all organizations are now compared. And so there were numbers initially assigned to this, like 200 students, 20 auditors, 1,000 auditing hours done every week. These sort of statistics that orgs were supposed to build up to. That all got kind of thrown by the wayside, and Miscavige said, okay, you just have to get above the make-break point. You just have to be viable. You have to be making money and paying your bills and paying the staff. And it sort of, went from one set of arbitrary rules and ideas to another set of arbitrary rules and ideas. And very, very few orgs have gotten this big or stay that big for very long. They might get pushed for a little while up to that level, but then they just drop back down. Orgs like Tampa, Stevens Creek in San Jose, Orange County, these are orgs that have achieved St. Hill size and then, dropped and crashed and burned shortly thereafter. This has been a thing that's been pushed since the 1980s. Hubbard first wrote about this in 1982. So, all that background being there, now the Universe Corps is the prize. If you make it to St. Hill size, the staff get the Universe Corps. So what is that? It's a group of Sea Org members who go into the org and deliver the OT levels, those upper confidential levels, to the staff right there in their organization. We talk about how when you sign a staff contract, you get free courses and free auditing as an exchange for the work that you do. So let's say I join staff at Denver org right here in town, and I start working for them, and we somehow, build it up, and I've been working there, and I've been getting my auditing, and I've been getting my training. Well, Denver can only take me to the level of clear. I can't go higher than that within the Denver organization. That's all city churches, all Class 5 organizations or city-level churches, Milano to Perth to Stuttgart to Denver to Los Angeles to Portland. All these city-level churches can only go to the state of clear. They don't deliver the OT levels. So the whole thing about the Universe Corps coming in is it's a specially trained group of Sea Org members who deliver those special OT levels right there in the org. You don't have to fly off to a Sea Org base like Los Angeles or Clearwater or Flag to get those OT levels, and you don't have to pay for them as a staff member. The public don't get them for free, the staff do. So that's the big prize. I've only seen a couple times when when orgs supposedly made it to St. Hill size and were sent a team, and that team never really lasted very long, maybe a year or two. Then I think the longest term I ever saw was 2 or 3 years. I could be wrong about that. It might have been a little bit longer, it might have been a little bit shorter, but that was Orange County, and that was in the 1980s. Then there was a Universe Corps that was sent to Latin America at one point, and that lasted months. I mean, they were hardly down there at all. The Universe Corps teams that were sent out were constantly being ripped up. They'd send like, you know, it had to be a team of about four or five Sea Org members, but then one of them would get pulled for something and another one, or the org statistics would go back down below St. Hill size and obviously crash and burn, and the Sea Org would go, yeah, you don't get them anymore, and they'd pull them back out. Because the Sea Org's always desperate for personnel. They never have enough people to get all the stuff done that they're trying to get done. So that was what I saw as far as the Universe Corps arriving anywhere. I think there was one team that actually went to Milano. I think Milano went St. Hill size, and Stuttgart maybe. Don't know if, I don't remember with Stuttgart if they got their Universe Corps team or not. But then there was a deal worked out, like with the Los Angeles area organizations and with the ones in Florida and in the Clearwater area, like Tampa, that they would just go to their closest Sea Org base and get their OT levels there. And they, again, weren't necessarily supposed to pay for it, but the Sea Org orgs, FLAG and the Advanced Org in Los Angeles, you know, service some of the staff some of the time, but they weren't free. They were delivery organizations, and they were supposed to service public. So to just foist off a bunch of staff on them and not have them paying for their services got really weird. It was this weird sort of, like, you know, a senior executive might say that they could do that, but L. Ron Hubbard's policy said a service organization can't just give away its services. And so it was kind of like, well, if there was a choice between auditing a staff member for free and a public paying person who was paying thousands of dollars for every block of 12.5 hours of their auditing, obviously the service organization was going to service the public paying person. So, so that was kind of a, you know, foot bullet for management and the staff. I don't know too many staff who actually made it to OT that way. So yes, it was constantly pushed as an incentive, as a PR, woohoo, yeah, get the Universe Corps. But when it came to, you know, the rubber meeting the road, not so much. And it was basically kind of a big flop. And now, of course, none of these orgs are anywhere near St. Hill size. So, you know, it's kind of the, at this point for the staff, I think they all sort of just go, yeah, whatever. And, you know, I don't think that there's really a whole lot of realistic thinking on the part of the staff that they're going to get the Universe Corps.